Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Take the Bill, where we try to get the truth. I would just like to take my little time here to show you something I found in X. I'll be playing this in just a second. I'm not going to say it very much, but I'm going to just let them stream it. And just to let you know, this is pretty extreme. So I'll just go ahead and roll this. I'll keep quiet. Every once in a while, I might stop and say something. My name's Bill. Remember, please click subscribe and like my video. If you don't subscribe, please at least like my video so I can get this down pat with algorithm from YouTube. Okay, I hope you're enjoying it right now. Let's go.
Office, I want to take a moment to welcome a couple people here. Obviously, Sheriff Joe Arpaio, Mike Zullo standing behind, and then sitting down is Bob Corbin, who is the former county attorney, former board of supervisor, former attorney general for the state of Arizona, and past president of the NRA. Thank you for being here, Bob.
And helping Joe.
And helping Joe, right? Today, Sheriff Arpaio and Mike Zullo are going to share information to you on a case that they've been working since August of 2011. Since the beginning of this investigation, you, the media, have continued to mischaracterize the nature of this investigation. So you're going to hear this more than once today, but this investigation was never about where President Obama was born. This is about a document that was presented to the general public through the White House and purported to be a factual document. Today, you're going to hear lots of information that some of you are going to understand and are going to be able to tell the true story. In fact, please know that this is a very technical, but the evidence is clear if you'll pay attention. Please note you're going to hear about two separate experts. These experts are two separate continents with no knowledge of each other, and they draw similar conclusions. Again, that said, I know some of you are going to get this story and are going to tell the story the way it was. However, there's going to be others here today who will continue to malign this sheriff and Mike Zullo in order to show that you haven't been wrong for many years while covering this story. All I ask is that you are respectful during the presentation of the information. Here's Sheriff Joe Arpaio.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Let me just take a minute. Okay, they say it's not personally about Obama himself, where he was born, and even if he's a naturalized citizen. Well, in my opinion, your birth certificate is one of the most important things that you present, whether it be to the public or for to get things like your driver's license or just about anything that's official, even to get into the military or to become president. So let's keep on going here. It's just getting wild. I'm wondering what the DOJ is going to do about this, and especially when Kash Patel becomes FBI director, then we're going to see some stuff. But let's continue.
You know, thank you for showing up. Back in 2011, about 250 members of the surprise Tea Party came to me and asked me to investigate President Obama's birth certificate, since they believe evidence showed that the certificate was a fraud. I agreed to look into the matter, and with Chief Investigator Mike Zullo, we initiated an investigation. At this time, and to this day, I stated that I did not care where the president was born. Had nothing to do with that. But we were going to investigate a possible government forged document. Hope you get that straight. I've been saying that from day one since 2011. Today you will be presented with an in-depth executive summary of our investigation into the matter, which we now have concluded to be a fraudulently created document which has been represented as an official copy of the original birth certificate of President Obama. We and anyone else who dare to question the document have been maligned, falsely labeled, grossly criticized in the bulk of the media on certain internet sources for years. Today, we're going to set the record straight. I believe you will be shocked by what you hear and see today. Also,
Sure we are.
the implications will be profound.
Sorry when I talk over the video, but you know, I just
All
have to
we
say
have
something.
ever wanted
They
ever
kind
wanted
of
was
stretch
the
this out
truth
a little bit.
in this matter,
I'm gonna
with
wait
the
until
great
one
hope
person shows off
that the
what they found was
document
fraudulent about it.
was indeed
And I'm gonna skip
a
forward to
valid
the end because in the middle of it,
representation
they just keep on repeating
of
the
the
same
original document.
thing. And they're
Think
not
of
being
that.
direct. Okay, they
We
did
were
get
trying to
direct answers,
clear
but they're just not
The
being direct.
president. It didn't work
Okay,
out that
which
way.
is actually pretty sad.
We had to follow the evidence.
You know,
We let the evidence determine the direction of the investigation. That's what we always do on any investigation. You get the evidence. This one was handled no differently than no matter what the investigation is about. So now, the important part is to present the pertinent details and the executive summary of our analysis. I'm going to turn this over to Mike Zullo, who dedicated 5 years of his life, 5 years of his life, taking this mission on, which I asked him to do 5 years ago. Mike, come on up and give your thoughts.
Thank you, Sheriff. I want to start by trying to give everyone here, including the media that's been viciously against us from the beginning, an understanding of how I tried to conduct this investigation. I believe in 2012 we did 2 press conferences. In those press conferences, I had made it clear that Sheriff Arpaio's original mandate to me was, Mike, take a look at this, clear this document, because I want to be the guy that clears this document and moves this country forward. This is no good. That was the mandate. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. Like the sheriff just told you, when you conduct criminal investigations, you have to let the evidence lead you. You never lead the evidence. And in doing this, my motive was to clear the document. Because to be quite honest with you, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe this was possible. I didn't think this would ever happen in this nation. I didn't believe it. Back in 2012, I told you about Reed Hayes, a document examiner. Let me tell you about Reed Hayes, a man with 40 years, since 1974, 40 plus years of experience in examining forensic document, handwriting, a man who's well respected in his expertise, a court-recognized expert, a document examiner. He is the man you go to when somebody gives you a bad check with a bad signature. This is the guy you run to. Law firms use him all the time. He's been maligned. And let me tell you something about Mr. Hayes. When I contacted Mr. Hayes told me right off the bat, I'm an Obama supporter. I voted for him twice. He goes, and I will never do anything to hurt the President of the United States. What I had said to him was, Reed, I am not asking you to hurt the President of the United States. I'm asking you to take a look at this document and clear it and tell me there's nothing wrong with it. Would you at least do that? And he took a look at it. And when he called me back, he told me, Mike, I can't clear this. There's something wrong with it. And I asked him, I said, Reed, would you continue? I said, I know your position, but would you continue? And his answer to me was, this is what I do. I'll look at it. I'll do it. That's a man of integrity, respecting what his ability is to get to the truth. Because for Sheriff Arpaio and myself, this was never about Barack Obama. This is about a document. You take that document and you remove the name Barack Hussein Obama and put your name on there. If it was your document and it was brought to us, we would do the same thing with this document. This document was being investigated from the only way that I ever knew how to do it. You look to prove the guilty party innocent, the one you suspect. If you can prove him innocent, you don't put the wrong guy in jail. But when you try to prove him innocent and the evidence starts to stack up, now you change because the guilt is coming to the top. That's the way this was done. Jerry Corsi and WND.
You know, this does go on for quite a bit. But I think I'm getting my point across. Obama is a fraud. So what does that mean for the public? Are we going to get any answers? Or is someone going to be punished if he lied to become president? Does that automatically take away his presidency? Well, I would like to know. Well, what the hell's going on in this country? Any Tom, Dick, and Harry can get on there and just fraudulently make a birth certificate and become president. No one knows who this guy is. Really. So I'm going to move it up here a little bit. So just to back a little bit. Okay, so this is where he goes into the actual
You are
question.
looking at two long-form birth certificates from the state of Hawaii. According to the dates on the certificates, these births took place in Honolulu during the month of August in 1961, just 16 days apart. The birth certificate on the left belongs to Barack Obama. The birth certificate on the right belongs to Johanna Ani. After 5 years of intense investigation, which included consultation with one of America's most respected forensic document examiners and a team of European media forensic experts, the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office has reached a conclusion utilizing forensic techniques both old and new. It is the opinion of the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office that the birth certificate on your right belonging to Johanna Ani was in fact used as a source document in the digital creation of Barack Obama's long-form birth certificate. 9 points of forgery, which words, letters, and hand-placed date stamps have been digitally copied from the Ani long-form birth certificate and pasted onto Obama's long-form birth certificate. We'll look at the first 5 points of forgery together, since they were brought over from the Ani document in one group.
They go, they fit. Oh, frozen people. But the video's still going. So
Now let's drop out the Ani document as a background and view that again.
fits.
Now let's look at the date stamps in box 20 and 22. In this case, the stamps were brought over one at a time. But as we do this experiment, ask yourself, what are the odds that two stamps in two separate boxes, stamped by hand 16 days apart, would have the exact same angle in box 20 and the exact same angle in box 22? First, we'll look at the left stamp. Now the right stamp. It should be pointed out that these stamps were looked at by two separate document examiners who specialize in two separate forensic disciplines and who reside on two different continents. Both agree that these angles are identical on both.
You see what I'm getting at? Hmm. Okay, you might be able to hear me, but I'm a little bit froze. If you want to, go and check this out in by X. It's posted by Ryan Mudde. Wie geht's dir, Mudde? Sorry, I do speak German and other languages, but that's beside the point. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just cut this off. I'm gonna be cutting myself short. Okay, if you want to watch it by X, because it's over over an hour. It's an hour and 6 minutes or something like that. I'm pleading to you to actually get this, save this, and just follow this. Let's get to the bottom of who Barack Hussein Obama really is. Okay? Because this is just wrong. How can a person that fakes his birth certificate, one of the most important documents of your life, it's your first document of life, gets to become president? What does that mean for everybody? What does that mean for all the laws he made? What does that mean? Is he going to jail? He's young enough. Put him and his husband Mike in jail. And I don't care what they think of me. Just go ahead and do it. I ain't cussing and I ain't saying anything wrong. I'm not the one that lied on my birth certificate. I know who I am. I'm Bill. I come from Wyoming. I was born here, went to Germany, spent 30 years there, traveled all over Europe, spent time in Alaska, lived in Canada for 9 months. Which, by the way, might become the first state. If Greenland doesn't beat them, then the 52nd state. But anyways, it was nice that you took a look at my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you don't subscribe, at least like the video so that I can get a better algorithm. And we'll be catching you later. I appreciate it an awful lot for all your help and for all your understanding. Um, me being new. And I'd like to give a shout out to people like Squirrel Tribe and Barry Cunningham and Stephen Gardner, and Benny Johnson and Evan Devoy, and for the most part, my coach Van from the LFR family. Thank you. You inspired me, and now I'm gonna really start getting into the videos. Okay, so let's do it. I love you guys. And I hope to make something out of this. Thank you very much.